Let's see what happens. Fury and Fnatic in semi-final 2.
Now, Manic.
Yep.
Cafe. It's one of those maps that I feel like, yes, it's been in the map pool for such a long time, well, previously, but now it's come back with a fresh spin, and it's one of those ones that, if you're an underdog team, you can bring out and perhaps get a victory on.
100%. This could be a... Like, I mean, we've already said it, right? Fury have beaten Fnatic on this map, be it online or not. Now, just for, you know, viewers' information at home, maybe here at MEO, Cafe has only been played 4 times in the entirety of the Six Masters throughout the playdays and playoffs. So this will be the 5th time we see it, the lowest picked map out of everything, which I'm sure will bring its own set of spice to it. But straight up the back, we got Blitz banned. That's coming in from Fnatic.
If I recall, in that 7-5 matchup, it was Spruce absolutely going nuts on the Blitz against Fnatic.
You know what? Probably wouldn't surprise me at this point. They've made things a little bit more interesting in the past, and I'm sure they're going to as well. Echo and Mirror both off the board. Bit of intel gathering gone, and you know, there's only so many times we can really say it, but Mirror is just banned in almost every single map we see nowadays. Generally, we don't see it. Let it slip through the fingers of the ban stage.
So the storyline for this one is, right, we won't be surprised if Fnatic smash. And we won't be surprised if Fury managed to win somehow.
Yeah, like that's it's a really strange one when you look at this on paper, because you've got 2 polar opposite teams, right? You've got a team that's extremely kind of rigid in the way that they can perform, which is Fnatic. We know them from the international scene. We know them from the APAC region and ANZ as a sub-region as well, how good they are. And Fury are just such an oddball. It's just so hard to kind of put the feeler out, I guess. It's still trying to get a grip and come to terms with what they can get done. It's
you know, I'm going to quote, and I'm sure this is said more in jest than anything, but if we don't know what we're doing, they don't know what we're doing.
Exactly,
right? From the mouth of Shade, right?
It's so tricky, you trick yourself. Like, it's so, you bamboozle everyone, including yourself, so much that somehow, just some way it comes through. And I feel some of the days, some of the maps yesterday might have lent in Fury's favour because of that.
But that's not to take anything away from Fury, right? Like,
no, not
the way they succeed is in their teamwork, right? In their team chemistry. And they do that by being a bunch of guys that just want to have a lot of fun. In fact, it reminds me a lot of how we see Norengo.
Yeah.
Like, they always rocking out, having a good time on the table. What is it, the battlefield?
What did Fury say? What did Spruce say yesterday? Entertainers first and gamers second. So if there's one thing you're going to be given, it's entertainment, that's for sure. But we are going to be seeing straight into some action phase. Anything kind of jumping out at you before we jump in?
Yes. Why is the default camera up? I think it might have just gotten taken out, but still. Right, like that's still information handed over to the defenders.
That it is. And plenty of intel gathering with that as well. Of course, the Maestro, the Mozzie being picked out. And Specker coming into this roster. He did frag out yesterday. He did have a somewhat decent performance, but I think in the interview, Magnet said that it's just about trying to get him on board with what the rest of the team's doing so far. So this will be a bit of trial and error in terms of that.
All right, some decent time management from Fury. Not great, but also not bad. Taking control of Red Stairs, taking control of Christmas as well. So we're going to be able to start opening up the things they do need to and start pushing onto bomb site as we see normally happen.
Shade, why not give a little love tap? That's all right. They have been able to spot that one out. So do have enough with Warden to obviously open up in toward that bathroom. It is going to be the early smoke wave to come out, and nicely done.
Kaid was that?
That was a Kaid.
Oh, what an angle there from Rock, and he finds the headshot as well. Shut down Magnet, and that is the Maestro. So those cameras going to be completely useless. Here's Shade getting aggressive. No, he can't win against the shotgun, and Specker also finds one with a C4. It looks like Warden wants to try and trade it back. He's forced back by the smoke. The flashbang's going to come in, but the ADS denies that. And things have just gone from crazy to even worse.
Yeah, it looks like Riz Raz still opting to get aggressive here. Oh, my word, surely that was going to be an angle. Ooh. Just gets away with his life, but not for much longer. Rock will catch him on the rotate. Still at 3 versus 3. Definitely not in the favor of Fury at this point. 2 players extremely low. And Fnatic, they will be sitting back a little bit more. No, you can't really do that just yet, bud.
Yeah, and Golden, the one on full HP, is going to have to step on up. He has been the one that they've had trouble fitting in. In fact, he's going to fall to a headshot, so no matter how much HP he had, he's dead. Fury completely stalled out as it hits the 30-second mark here. Manic, and there's the diffuser dropped by Virtue.
Yeah, Rock's got pretty much everything to do. Little time, no diffuser. He's going to have to get a little bit of a move on. Nice shot on towards Specker. Opens things up a little bit more, but surely with only 14 seconds, the pre-fire just not going to make it around the corner. And Virtue is going to close out the first round. So I think that's, you know, when we look at that third floor, when we look all the way up on top, that's generally the bomb site we see the most success on.
And Fury, they gave it a good effort. Or more like Rock. He got 3 kills there. That's all the kills that Fury got. He's, of course, on that Ashe. Gets always nets you a few kills if you play the Ashe, of course.
Yeah, what is it? The Ashe license at 10 kills. But
it's easy mode, that's what it is.
So maybe we'll just give that one away for Rock for now, but we will be heading down toward Reading and Fire. Yeah.
So the brand spanking new bomb site for this map.
I actually think this has seen one of the smallest played areas. I actually think that's... No, that's Mining and Dining. Okay.
Mining and...
Incorrect. That's only been played once.
Really?
Yes, out of all 4 maps, it's been played once.
I suppose a lot of teams favour the second choice as being the kitchen one, right?
Yep. Yep.
Mining and Dining, of course, when this map was in its previous iteration, was the go-to second choice. And then you hoped you didn't have to go to a third choice, right? Which was the kitchen one. So I suppose teams are like, you know, we're putting in the effort to make strategies for this other bomb site. We may as well use them and practice them in officials.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good opportunity as well with all the scrims that you get involved in. Just get the practice out there while you can, so when you do come to LAN, it'll ace up the sleeve. Why not?
Also, Mining and Dining, of course, relied around keeping control of train.
Yeah. Now the wonderful observers showing us Magnet looking for the possible run out straight up toward that northern side of the building, but no one's really gone for the peak yet, so Magnet's not going to be given anything. But if they do come across anywhere near him, you can bet your bottom dollar he's probably going to go for this.
That's a lot of information gathered by that camera. I like that. Now, Fury going to take control of the top floor once again. Track Stingers on red stairs. They'll take control of that quick smart, I'd say. And then look to move on into Piano once again.
And one of the factors of obviously going Reading and Dining is taking a lot of that top floor control and making sure there's no flanks in behind you. Sprucey Boy not going to be able to find that. It's alright, it was reinforced anyway, so given a little bit of luck, but does find a fair bit of information with the drone.
Oh, and there's Virtue taps Shade's head right off. That's the IQ down. So these Gumons are going to probably remain unless they've got some sharp eyes.
Sharp eyes. Well, as said before, starting to take the top floor control, but Fnatic are pretty happy with that. That's the opening kill, the IQ like you said, and they can kind of default back on toward the sites, play on that second floor, not really stress too much.
Yeah, Fnatic had just completely defaulted back, completely cleared out this top floor. Can hear how loud Magnet's yelling over there. Communication coming on through. Oops. Did you see that flashbang?
That's an A flashbang.
Get in there.
Why not? We will be seeing, however, a little bit more control from Fury. It's the minute mark. They've got complete control of the top floor, and they're just trying to figure that out now. Whether Fnatic realistically have someone else up there or not. They'd already cleared out Freeze Up. By the time they make it across toward that cocktail, it'll be all but clear, but I'm not really liking how long this time's tick.
And Spec is positioned. He's in the perfect position to flank where Warden is, but Warden might actually come face to face with Magnet first. But no, Spruce is going to find the shot. They've got access to the bomb site, and there's Warden to find one. No trade from Virtue at all. There's waited. Warden's just completely disappeared. Rizra's going to give away his position, but Virtue will finally track down Warden with 30 seconds to 3-on-3.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Fury right now. They do have to get a bit of a wriggle on, though. They've still got 2 hard anchors on that site. Specker, and oh, what a call from Rizraz. Swings out at the right time. Still 15 seconds. It'll take a small second to revive Rock, but Now waiting as they still come back in toward the site. It's going to be Virtue to hold. He's going to go aggressive. Finds a kill in towards Spruce. Might be able to find the angle on the Golden as well. Oh, and finishes it on Rock. How good is that from Virtue? We've seen it time and time again, but my golly gosh, that's a way to end a round.
That was at least a 4K, potentially an ace, because I know Virtue did a lot of work there. Whew. Whew. Yeah, no, that was an ace, because he got the first one under Shade.
This is literally just the second round.
Yep.
I mean, that's, look, a bit of an oversight from Fnatic there early on. Well, not so much early on, around that minute mark where they were just allowed to kind of waltz on in there, but just so well played from Virtue to bring that back.
See, Fury took control of Dining, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to execute on Dining, right? Sweet. And they just completely rotated all the way over to Reading. I was like, what? Okay. And it was a good idea. It's just they didn't find the shots onto Virtue in the end, and that's the all-important thing.
Yeah. Fnatic did really well to, obviously, you know, you were talking about Specker on that flank. It actually allowed Specker to come through and completely clear out Dining and Mining as well on his way through. So by the time they actually hit that site, the fuse is only just starting to be placed. And they're on out. Look at that. 7 frags to start out from Virtue. Are we about to see another Magnet performance?
But this time it's Virtue. Well, kind of what we expect from Virtue, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And, you know, like, that kind of speaks to the volume, rather the magnitude of what they've been able to achieve as individuals, let alone as a full squad.
10 seconds.
Well, 2 rounds, 7 kills. How many do you reckon he's going to get?
Oh, I don't even want to put a number on it at this point. If Virtue continues this way, this series could be well and truly over before Fury even get a chance to turn up in the server. All possibilities, but still, we're going to hold on to that small glimmer of hope for quite some time. Now, obviously, one thing we didn't really get to mention too much was the Thatcher ban, and you can see how frustrating it is for the attacking side when they're trying to take that top floor control, whether it's actually for that cocktail bomb site or not.
Ooh, Virtue's going to get flushed out from behind the, what is it called?
Cupcake.
Cupcake.
Yeah.
I was going to say pancake, but I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, Cupcake, coined by James Devmother Stewart.
Swapping mag.
So you know it's the wrong caller. I'm just kidding, Dev. I'm just saying that because you're not here.
Please don't fire me.
Well, here comes Fury taking control of Bakery. Of course, Lusty is holding a nice little angle on into it. There's Warden, who's going to be the first one to peek, first point of contact. In fact, it's going to cause Lusty to fall on back. And Fury are opening up. Going to try and see if they can get in a position to start the plant.
Yeah, Fury are making a lot of renovations here. Shade taking down Lusty to start things off, but Virtue on a really nice tight angle. He might be able to swing here, just can't find the spray. But oh my word, I would not be, out of everyone, I would not be one peeking into Virtue, not just yet.
Yeah, you like to injure him before you peek him, don't you? But he is surviving somehow in the middle of kitchen behind this bench here. And here comes the peek, and he gets the hipfire headshot. Excuse me, Virtue. He has the luck of the gods on his side, and that's going to be another 2 for Virtue in this round, leaving it all up to Rock in the 1-on-3.
God.
Wow.
You hate to see it.
You love to see it.
Oh, you love to see it. You really
love to
do.
hate it.
You love to. It really is. You love to hate it at this point because Shade, the 2 openings, it's all on Rock. He can't get anything done. Virtue with another 3 frags to his name. 10 in as little as 3 rounds.
I wonder what he's saying to Specker right now. He's like, catch this.
So for those of you who don't know or didn't tune in for the Fnatic game yesterday, there's a bit of a rivalry between Virtue and Specker at this point as to how many frags they can get inside the server. And I guess that might speak volumes as to where they are right now, just being able to enjoy this game and enjoy this tournament as well. But Fury generally all smiles and laughing, but right now not so much.
Yeah, definitely having to play from behind here. That last round, there was a few promising openings. It seems like the mid-round is really where Fury are struggling, isn't it?
Yet, they actually, like, the start isn't all that bad for them. They do make some good progression early on, but it just kind of falls apart. In that round specifically, they find the first 2 opening frags in the round before.
And it's that man's fault.
Yeah.
There we go. 10-0.
Jeez Louise.
3 rounds.
It's a way to do it, I guess. If you're trying to make a statement, this is how to do it. Fury are I feel like it's not even that Fury are caught off guard, it's just that Fnatic are Fnatic right now. They're just playing like how we... Basically, we're playing how Virtue knows he can play.
And he's on that Jaeger roll, right? Yeah. Which is, it's an operator that's 3-speed, great gun.
Yep.
Yep.
The speedy zoom bloke.
Fury might want to think about banning the Jaeger potentially.
You'd almost at this point you would. Look at this from Spec up. Bit of a spawn peek. We'll just wait patiently, but
no
surely...
one's spawned there. We can't see no silhouettes.
That's it. After a certain period of time, it's just best to back away, and that's exactly what Spec is going to do. Back up he goes. So, not rewarded for that either. We are back up top, though, after 3 successful defensive rounds from Fnatic. Virtue, again, on the hunt.
He's been just given free roam, free agency. Do what you want. Do what you want. Get kills. Jake, kill.
A bomb has been located.
We're tight like that.
That's just, that's how we roll. But again, look at Fury. They're not really wasting a hell of a lot of time. And they're already into Ward Piano. Obviously, they know that there was no one in there droning out and getting the early info. But still at the same time, they can start to put a little bit more pressure on Fnatic. Maybe press the side in towards Cigar and take small control.
Rock's going to take out that Maestro camera. Takes a bit of damage for his troubles, but I think that's well worth it.
Bit of damage for the Maestro cam. Definitely something that you're going to be planning on doing. Shade just dropping the Claymore just in case Fnatic decide to go for that flank around. It could do some serious damage to them. They already have the line in toward Bathroom. Almost into Freezer, and that's going to be Shade finding the kill on the Lusty. A little bit of an oversight from Lusty to swing there.
Oh, and the nade's going to force Rizraz back as well. He's going to pick the Skyle up and doesn't shoot. That would have been a free kill if only head clicked. Sends out the smoke grenade, but no, he can't land the shots on the Warden. And they're in a 5-on-3 now, Fnatic.
Yeah, I don't think we really saw any of those smoke babes go down either. It was only the one that he tried to throw as he was getting peeked, but this is the exact same situation we saw before.
Well, Virtue's still alive, however, and I think that might spell doom for Fury as he lands his 11th.
If this continues down this path, I think we may as well just wrap it up, put a bow on it, and give it straight to Virtue because he is an absolute animal right now. But look at this deep line from Magnet being held all the way through Cocktail Bar and in toward that piano room.
He's been discovered on the drone, however, Virtue still remaining mobile, still being... well, not just a thorn in the side, like a full-fledged spike.
And that's the exact line I was just talking about. Magnet from on the other side of the building catches Shade a little bit unexpectedly. And that's going to be Specker taking down Spruce with a knife. This is going from bad to worse for Fury. A second time they've been in a 3 versus 5 and not been able to connect. It's Rock once again to try and bring this back into the realms of possibility. It's not even near it. Magnet's going to finish him off through the wall as well.
Once again, mid-round, fall apart, thanks to Virtue.
Thanks, Virtue.
All right, so here's the game plan if you're Fury. We need to shut down Virtue early.
Yeah. Just kill Virtue and then worry about the rest of Fnatic. But, you know, that's the worst part. You get rid of Virtue and then you've still got 4 other Fnatic players waiting around the corner like that.
I don't think he's died yet either. He's what,
no, he hasn't.
12-0 now? That is nuts. I think, is this tack pause time? I think this might be exactly what's happened.
Yep. I think this is almost on par with where Magnet was at this point as well. I remember walking out in the crowd and seeing like 14-4 from Magnet in the earlier match yesterday. So it is just a competition at this point. 19 frags, by the way, is the highest we've had.
All right, so I'm going to need Virtue sense, his mouse, his hair product. What he had for breakfast today.
How many Weet-Bix do you reckon?
Yeah. He's probably a 10 kind of guy.
He's really been prepared for that one. So it is realistically, I don't want to say do or die for Fury because it's not right now. The fact of the matter is, this is pretty much one of the exact score lines we saw with them in the Pro League in which Fury brought it back. 5-1 was the first half.
I think, though, from memory, they might have brought it back on their attack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because, as I said, Blitz completely destroyed Fnatic.
Well, they weren't taking any chances this time.
Yeah. I remember saying, oh, 5-1 for Fnatic's attack. That's great. They've got this locked in. But then, no, Fury had a few things to say about that. But, you know, Virtue. Need I say more?
No. Just the name Virtue at this point, and
Fury shudders.
this is surely going to be ending up. Oh my word, Ward. He falls down at the hands of Magnet.
Hard Breach falls down to the hands of Magnet as
Oh,
well.
God. And Hibana has been opening up a lot of lines for them, giving them a lot of different access points, but definitely not in this round, Monkey.
Well, Fury, once again, find themselves fighting from behind, or not really once again, I suppose. Finally find themselves fighting from behind. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, they've found the opening pick most times.
Yeah, it would almost feel like that.
Maybe this is what needs to galvanise them, though.
Let's wait and see. It's this time Fury haven't been so fruitful with dropping the players in towards Piano and taking that top floor control. They're still droning out, so definitely learning from their previous mistakes. Now, at this point, they were already in taking top floor control. Still, look how many players Fnatic are happy to sit up top until they are droned out, until they're forced out of position. You're going to see them slowly make their way back. And this is perfect from Fnatic right now. Burning so much time, wasting so much of Fury's gadgets, utility.
I like this, though. They've finally repelled someone on the east side. It's going to shut anyone down completely, but they've moved already just a bit too late on that synergy there from Fury. Just look how much utility and how much time has been wasted. That was 40 seconds ago that Fury had been able to drone out Fnatic and see that there was still two players up there. It's now coming into the minute mark where they're starting to realize, hang on a second, Fnatic aren't here anymore. They're still not entirely sure. So much time, so much energy wasted in just clearing the top floor roam. Yeah, Fury just have to go, and you know, sometimes when you try that, you're just going to walk right into the shotgun of Rizraz. 5-on-3 now for Fury. Things are looking dire.
Certainly grim at this point. 25 seconds. Rock's being held down with suppressive fire from Magnet through the wall. Easy as you like. Shade. Don't really know what the possibility is here for Fury. Spruce goes down, so you're already starting to almost write this off as a map gone in the way of Fnatic. It is just looking so indomitable, and maybe it's going to take a huge performance from an individual player on Fury, but I just can't see it happening in this round. Does find one, but there we go. Virtue continues the trend to kill in every single round, and still keeping up with the
What was that?
Something about a C4 kill and a knife kill, and then that was about all I heard from Specker.
What I was going to say is that finally a round where the rest of Fnatic pulled some weight, and it wasn't the Virtue show.
This really is the Virtue show, and we're going to see it right now. This is pretty much everything he's been able to achieve so far, and this is a monstrous effort just to begin this first map. And if you're Fury right now, what are you thinking? What's going through your mind watching Virtue do this? Just dismantle your entire attack.
It is, hey Virtue, do you want to come play for Fury?
Well, back down into Ward Kitchen. Will this be a flawless half? Feel like at this point there's actually no other option. 0 deaths?
Yeah, he still hasn't died.
Hello? Virtue? What?
He's wearing an immortality charm.
And the remainder of Fury are just having a very quiet one as well. I mean, we can kind of sit back and look, somewhat laugh at it, but it's also very...
The telling stat is Virtue, right? Like, you're not getting frags if you're just dying to some madman with a 416C, right?
This is not looking the greatest news right now, I'll tell you that much. Considering how well we saw Fury play yesterday. Well, I mean, not even how well, how cheekily they played. As Fnatic do reattempt Kitchen.
As we said, right, like we wouldn't be surprised for Fnatic to 14-0 this, and we wouldn't be surprised for Fury to win this somehow.
Yeah. And that's, at the end of the day, there no result that we see right now, 2-0, 2-1, either way. It's just, I feel like it's that kind of map with Fnatic obviously, you know, playing with the new 5th.
He
Of course,
hits
Virtue, what is that? Come on, man.
Is there a referee up there? I want to check behind his shoulder, please.
This is just ridiculous. How good's that tap? Still looking for more. There we go. Okay.
He's mortal, guys.
Oh.
He's finally died.
How the mighty have fallen. Just... It takes him to be peeking so aggressively like that to actually find the kill. Now Fnatic start to crumble a little bit, but there we go. Spectre stepping up at a moment of need.
3 on 3, a minute 50 on the clock, and they have to force their way in with no hard breacher. Make that 3 on 2 as Magnet's going to find gold, and this is becoming a theme, isn't it, here, Manic, where they lose their hard breacher, so they have to funnel through. It's all up to Rock. He's found one, putting us into the 1 on 2. Can he salvage anything here, Manic?
I have a firm belief that Rock is going to pull this round back. Fnatic, they are perched for that 6-0. You can see Spec is just playing on such a tight angle, ensuring that he's not going to be coming back around, but Rock's still happy to persist in toward that site, but he's actually got the site for free right now. Of course, still needs to be careful.
He does have the diffuser, though, but if he tries to plant it, that's when Fnatic will make their move. The thing is, he does have a whole minute to play with.
That's it. And how big is the brain on Rock? How good is the game sense? Because I can tell you right now, look at the lines that Fnatic are holding. They are just really, really happy to sit back and wait. They are going to be able to make the first point of contact. So Rock, he has been spotted. Magnet now starting to rotate as well. They're starting to pinch onto his position. Rock knows he's got to try and open something up here. He has to try and isolate one of these 1v1s. He will be planning safe. Still unsure of where exactly he's being pushed from. And right now, Fnatic, they're just baiting this out, and perfectly done as well. There's no need for them to try and push the issue here, but Rock, he's going to get aggressive. Is Magnet expecting it? No, he's not. Back into the 1 versus 1. He's still got the line. He can't hit it, but just wait, Spectre. Can he make this work? Rock, timing it to perfection.
The pigs! Come on, Rock, you can land it! No, he can't! The panic knife, and he is down! Spectre to finish it off, and it is a flawless half for Fnatic. Oh my gosh, Rock, so close there, buddy.
Oh, that is, yeah, that's a sigh of relief for both of us. Well, not a sigh of relief, I think it's a sigh of despair. Poor Rock, poor Fury, just, wait.
Tap.
Oh, it wasn't even, oh. So clean from Virtue, but can't believe how close that was from Rock.
Oh yeah, we're on match point.
Yeah, this is a thing, match point, we're 20 minutes into the map.
All right, sure.
All smiles and laughs on the camp of Fnatic, and
so Virtue's now 14-1, I believe.
he had to do it, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to break that Magnet record just because they might finish it too quick at this rate, but Fury have their own defensive half to attempt now.
Let's see whether we're actually whether Fury can pull anything out.
Hello. How are we going for mining and dining, Manic?
I think that this is almost a throwaway. This is. I'm just gonna double check this monkey.
There was one I saw.
Literally has been played one time.
100% success rate though.
That's it. We can hold on to the 100% success rate. Fury do have the pulse as well, which is obviously going to be incredibly good on a map like this. It's a lot of the flooring is so destructible, and some of the times you can see the defensive side just not even worry about playing on site.
Yep, especially with those changes. But we've got 3 minutes, and we might be looking at Fnatic already going to map up, or we could see a massive comeback from Fury. Not surprised if that happens.
No, like at this point in this matchup, I'm hoping for it, but I highly doubt that they're going to be able to pull this one back.
You highly doubt, but when it happens, you're like, yeah, I always believed.
Knew, yeah, I knew. I had belief for the Fury boys. At this point, I think I've lost all belief with this particular map.
Yeah.
And this was their map pick, don't forget.
Yeah, I suppose it goes to show that, Fnatic have decided or worked on it ever since these two teams last played it.
So, Fnatic, let's see how they approach their attacking side. Obviously, two very different techniques and strategies used from the two teams. And
ooh, not a great start. That's the pulse going down. And that's another one. Specker to find Rock. Uh-oh.
Not looking good, Monkey. This is going to be the first 7-0, I believe, of the playoffs. And it comes in the semi-final, map 1. What do you even do if you're Fury right now? You're at a 2-man disadvantage, map point. And now you've got to go and face Fnatic on their map pick if you lose this right now, which it definitely is leaning there.
Shade trying to go for a run out from the garage. Oh, he might find it. Yes, he does, but Specker on site has found Golden. So it's just Warden to have to hold down against 4 on site. He can see through the floor, but can't quite find the angle. Drone taken on out, but they're on the bomb site, and they know exactly where he is. All up to Shade right now. And Magnet slaps the 2 of them down with the Magnum, and that's the game. 7-0. To Fnatic.
Yeah, Magnet loving that one in the end there. 7-0, I mean. Speechless in terms of Fury. They have just been absolutely whitewashed out of the server there.